Hey, so let me know if you're noticing how different this energy is feeling. So, again, already today, it's just begun and we're having some really, really strong solar flares. And I get it. This is like the time of the season. They call it the solar flare maximum. So, there's supposed to be, a lot of extra energy. It's kind of like, the rainy season, but for solar flares. I get it. But it's like we've been here before, on the calendar, but it feels different energetically. So these solar flares feel different. And Spirit's just saying to me, with a purpose. So this is so powerful that's coming through that I had to come on and share it with you guys. So if you follow my page, if you're drawn to the things that I talk about and the things that I share, my personal experiences, then it's most likely that you are what they call and I'm not talking about spirit, I'm talking about like society, about community, what we are called as empaths. And I honestly don't know where that word came from. I don't know who originated it. Because at one point, I can remember, way, way back when my ascension journey, when I, was really pushed into it, like, okay, no more. I incarnated into the ascension journey, but there was a point in time on my human path where it was like, okay, so now, now it's time to get to work. And at that point, there was nobody using the word empath. Nobody was talking about empaths or sensitives, energetically sensitives. It just wasn't on the spectrum or on the radar. And then things started to change. And then it was like everybody started to jump on the empath bandwagon. And I knew when I started to hear people describe who an empath was, what an energetic, sensitive person was, I knew that that's who I was. I checked all of the boxes. But then there were some times where I would meet people and they would say that they were empaths. And I would feel to myself and I'd be like, well, your energy is very different than mine. If you're an empath and I'm not an empath. Do you know what I mean? And then I feel like somewhere along the line, the empath word just kind of got a bad rap because it became this like, oh, you're like this extra sensitive person. You're like highly emotional. You like let people drain you. You walk into a room and you feel all the negativity. You know what I mean? Like it was all of that stuff. And yeah, we kind of like had all of that stuff. But we also had a whole bunch of other stuff too that wasn't like being shown. Now, here's the thing. Spirit is saying that this is changing. They're giving us a new name. Again, I didn't Google this. I didn't watch a video. I haven't read a book about it. I'm trusting that it's coming from my trusting source, which is, my divine guidance team, the collection of spirit energies that I work with and that I channel. And so they are saying that we are now, are you guys ready for this? We are now being called ascending empaths. So ascending empaths, let that sink in a little bit. So ascending empaths, meaning we are rising up out of the empath image that we have kind of stuck ourselves into. Spirit's just saying them, and also misfits. That's one of the things too. Like, even when all of the descriptions of empath were coming out there, I didn't match all of them. Again, it's like, I didn't match all of them. So there's always been like that misfit energy, right? Like that not fitting. Here's something really interesting though. And I'm like, this is like, it's mind blowing to me because it's stuff I feel like I've never heard. They're just saying we're ready for it now. So it's like stuff that's, again, they're saying as more come online, they are saying that there is a difference with our DNA as an empath. Again, they're going to talk about this. they're saying that our cellular structure is intact. Now, I'm not a scientist and I don't even know what that means. So I had to ask them to unpack it. I was like, you need to expand that a little bit. And so what they're showing me is they're talking about cellular memory. So like all of, the billions of cells that we have. Again, don't quote me on that number because I'm not a doctor or scientist, and I'm just being the translator. All of the cells that we have contain memory. They're showing that there's a memory wipe that happens. And so when a soul incarnates on this planet particular, they're saying that the cellular memory gets wiped. So like that meaning of like, you forget your soul journey, you forget your soul experiences, you forget all of, they're saying all of the interactions and transactions that you've had through many lifetimes. That gets wiped. Now the difference behind the general population and what they are calling the ascended empaths is that our cellular memory stays intact. This is very interesting. And this would make sense for those of us who are highly sensitive, who, can read energy, who, often when we meet somebody for the first time, it feels like we've known them forever. There's this familiarness about people. This is why, I was saying when I was recording the podcast yesterday, I was saying to my guest, I love the energy of people, all people. It doesn't matter whether they're good or they're bad or they're evil I love watching the vibrational frequency of people. I love feeling the vibrational frequency of people because it tells stories. Like there's so much to learn and grow through and pick up on. And that's part of this ascending empath. This is why, there's that, when spirit shows me the energy of our soul being very neutral, right? Like there's no highs, there's no lows to the soul energy. It's very neutral. This is why it's very interesting how, as what they're calling the ascended empaths, that we are able to, they're just saying, read energy, see energy with non-judgment. So having non-judgment about what we're picking up on. So this is really, really important information that's coming through. This is like groundbreaking information. It's going to change something, right? This is going to change things. They're also showing me, this is really important, guys, to pick up on this, because remember, part of your path as an ascending empath is still to grow, right? You still have to change. We still have to adapt. But we have access right now to the quantum field like never before. It's like the dark was keeping our access closed or minimalized, and now that is being removed or released. So let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling this like sense of renewal. If you're feeling this like sense of completion, right? Of things coming to an end for you. Let me know, because this is such a changing time, like such a changing time. And really feel into this. Feel into this word, the ascending empath. Feel into it. Use this as an opportunity to connect with your divine guidance team. Hand to heart. Take a breath, center and ground, and just see those words, ascending empath, and feel into it and see, what does this mean for me? How does this change my experience or my mission or my purpose or my understanding of who I am? Feel into that and let us know. Let's get this conversation going, guys. This is exciting, super exciting. Sending you huge blessings.